Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, welcome. On behalf of Pollyanna of Littleton, New Hampshire's most welcoming attraction, I'm glad to greet you with a welcome of open arms. I'm Karen Kazarian. I'm here to confirm that the power of the story continues. Today we have a tribute to Eleanor Porter, but also to Pollyanna in the character and ambition of the character and the way her attitude affects others and herself. Take a look at the sculpture. The power of personality is absolutely infectious. Now, Littleton exemplifies that. Good news, yes. Bright attitude, fresh ideas, work, perseverance, all of these make good things happen. Glad success follows. It is, in fact, the heart of optimism of Pollyanna. So today, we have a lot to look forward to in our celebration. We have traditions and recognitions. We have fun, and there are always glad surprises. Good news happens in Littleton, and we look forward to it. It's always great to have Pollyanna looking over our shoulder. So today, welcome to Pollyanna Day and to Celebration Weekend. One thing I want to remind us all of is we love the tradition of our group photos. We will take one when the program is complete under the gateway here. Our photographer will instruct us, and we will enjoy that. And when the photographer says so, those that are ready will cross the street in a group, and we will assemble around Pollyanna, the bronze sculpture. So, let's get on with some things here today. The first tradition that is so important is that we say, be glad, be cheerful, and as loud as we can. Be glad, be cheerful. Let's hear it. Be glad, be cheerful. Excellent. Now we're off to this. Our protocol is to receive the proclamation, the first proclamation of the day from Milton Bratz from the town of Littleton. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Thank you on behalf of the Select Board. Thank you for being here on this middle Saturday of June. We've got quite a brisk day ahead of us here. Anyway, I'll read this proclamation which opens up the official Pollyanna Days. Whereas Littleton is the birthplace of Eleanor H. Porter, a world-renowned author and creator of Pollyanna, and whereas the unflagging optimistic spirit and positive be glad nature of Pollyanna is embodied by the Littleton community in all of its endeavors, and whereas Pollyanna of Littleton, New Hampshire Incorporated is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the promotion of Pollyanna, her spirit, as well as the Littleton area. And whereas this celebration weekend marks the 14th anniversary of the historic unveiling of the bronze Pollyanna sculpture commissioned by the Eames family as an inspiration for the community and others. And whereas events of Pollyanna Glad Days have brought the story and spirit of Pollyanna gladness alive on stage, on pianos, even online, with activities bringing delight in groups and special relationships. And whereas the official Pollyanna Day occasion is a glad and cheerfully to gather at the Pollyanna Gateway under a canopy of umbrellas and prisms in view of the signature sculpture and riverside and charm of downtown. Whereas, as uplifting the influence of hometown history and creating a solution for renaming Upper Mill Street, the town of Littleton gave tribute to Eleanor H. Porter by name, Porter Street. And now, therefore, we, the Littleton Board of Selectmen, do hereby gladly reaffirm that the second weekend of June will be known in all future years as Pollyanna Glad Days, and further enthusiastically recognize New Hampshire's most welcoming attraction as an enduring symbol of Littleton's literary, community spirit, and artistic heritage. Signed by Milton Bratz, Skylar Sweet, and Ed Hennessy, the Select Board. Thank you.
I enjoy seeing so many of you in front of me, and I see many behind me as I had stepped back momentarily. Now we have our musical fanfare. I would like to invite the Mitchell family to come up.
How beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. Oh, beautiful for patriot strings that cease beyond the years, thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Molly White, Partnering for Gladness, will give us a greeting.
Good morning. I'm Molly White. I'm the Executive Director of the Littleton Area Chamber of Commerce. And for those of us who live here and travel down around Littleton area every day, we don't always appreciate how wonderful our town looks, and especially how other people see us. But what draws people to Littleton is our authentic downtown charm. Pollyanna waving at passersby, colorful banners spreading gladness and cheer, magnificent hanging flowers, patriotic flags, a fabulous free-flowing river with 2, soon to be 3, walking bridges, and best of all, in my opinion, lots and lots of eclectic shops and restaurants to visit. And then, just to get here, you have to arrive here by first cruising through the beautiful White Mountains, so it just doesn't get any better than that. Yesterday I had breakfast with Tanya St. Cyr of Mascoma Bank, and she told me that when she walks down Main Street, she feels like she's in a movie set. That it's so beautiful, so picture perfect with our unique features and people playing pianos. I mean, it really does kind of feel like a movie set. And at the New Hampshire Governor's Conference on Tourism, we asked people who stopped by the chamber booth, why do you like Littleton? And people said, something for everything in my family to do. We can come downtown and everybody has something to do. And then other people said it feels like home, even though they're not from here. Or it feels comfortable and it's not stressful. And of course, they always talk about visiting Pollyanna as they come. So it's this, our charming downtown, our visible Pollyanna icon, and this eclectic mix of businesses that has garnered Littleton statewide and national media stories every month since January. In January, WMUR's New Hampshire Chronicle featured the Littleton Opera House. Also in January, NECN aired 15 New Hampshire spots you need to visit this winter, and 7 of those spots were right here in the Littleton area. In February, NBC Nightly News on the We the People segment aired a segment on Pollyanna in downtown politics. No surprise there, right? And then New Hampshire Chronicle featured LaHoot Ski Shop as the oldest ski shop in America. And in March, okay, full disclosure, nothing happened in March. But in April, the Business New Hampshire did an article on the evolution of chambers, and our chamber was mentioned in there, as well as New Hampshire Chronicle celebrated Littleton Coin Company's 70th year. And then they also came back again, WMUR Loves Us, featured North Country Community Radio as well. And in May, we had NewHampshire.com and the Union Leader, which published the 10 places to capture a great selfie. No surprise there, Pollyanna made that top 10 list. And then New Hampshire Chronicle was back, featuring a story on the Phoenix Bazaar, the local fire dancing troupe. And then in June, New Hampshire Magazine did an 8-page, I have to repeat that, 8-page spread titled Keeping It Real, How Littleton is Blazing New Trails for the North Country. And then we've already got a great start on July. In July, the New Hampshire Magazine will be coming out with their best of the best. And again, Nest has won the best of gift shops in New Hampshire. So we're so proud of our businesses. And of course, we can't forget our local media, who faithfully report on Littleton happenings and come to virtually every Littleton celebratory event. And you can see we've got cameras and George and everybody here. And we celebrate a lot. In fact, 3 times this week and counting. So we keep them busy. Can you see Tree Harp dedication and Bridge Street groundbreaking? So on behalf of the Littleton Area Chamber, I'd like to personally thank Pollyanna for her perpetual smile and her cheery attitude, and the Ames family and the community leaders and the community residents and everybody who supports us for making all of this happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Molly. I would like to invite Dave Ernsberger to the podium. You will see in the booklet, not now, look at it later, but that we have a complement of wonderful signature honorees. Dave is one of those, one of the more recent signature honorees, and always available to put in an excellent boost in umbrellas, prisms, and glad words for Littleton. So here he is now. Dave.
Thank you and good afternoon. Whoops. I'm honored to be here as always, and it's always a wonderful warm day when we have these Pollyanna days. I have multiple things that I'm going to be doing today, and the most important is to announce this year's the 2016 Signature Award winner for the Pollyanna of Littleton organization. But before I do that, I wanted to introduce a couple of special guests that are here today and introduce one of them to Littleton and our community and all that's so wonderful and great about our community. Chris Elms is here. Chris, if you could come forward maybe, just so people know who you are. This is Chris Elms. Chris is the director of the Bretton Woods Ski Resort, and he's here hosting his
my new boss,
who's the new managing director of and area director for the Mount Washington Resort. He's coming to our area from Vail, Colorado, where he ran the Ritz-Carlton. So we're delighted to have his background and talents and leadership in our community. Would you please join me in welcoming John Santello. John?
thank you very much. I've just arrived 2 weeks ago, and I will tell you, within 2 weeks, I've already felt the warm welcome by coming here to meet all of you. I look forward to being a part of the community, and I will take very good care with Chris Elms, the grand dame that is the resort with the Bretton Woods ski area. We look forward to making a lot of relationships with all of you and continue the success of that marvelous resort. So thank you so much. I look forward to it.
Thank you, John. Okay, I'm also up here because we have something really, really exciting to tell you about today. And to do that, I'm going to bring up the chairman of the River District Revitalization Commission, John Hennessy. John?
Good morning. Thank you to Pollyanna of Littleton for inviting the town to this celebration today to share an exciting announcement about the River District Revitalization Project. 4 years ago, in 2012, the town's select board created a vision to turn the old Riverfront Mill District into the town's next phase of economic and community development. The community then got to work on the plan and the fundraising for the project. In 2014, the first construction occurred with a $250,000 demonstration project along the river and Main Street, funded by 30 businesses and individuals that created sidewalks, lighting, a river view deck, and these archways that you see here. In 2015, we saw the installation of the fantastic Harmony Park musical instruments along the river. Just this week, the Senior Center celebrated the opening of its scenic Tree Harp Park along the Ammonoosuc, and the town celebrated the groundbreaking of the new $650,000 pedestrian and bicycle bridge. Maybe most importantly, in March, the residents of Littleton voted overwhelmingly in favor to make a $900,000 investment in Littleton's future. As a direct result of that investment and the hard work of the town and many of you here today, the town was notified yesterday by the U.S. Economic Development Administration that the town was awarded a grant of $1 million. This money, along with town and state funds, will reconstruct the Saranac, Ammonoosuc, and Mill Street corridors, stormwater and sewer system, sidewalks and roads, and this award brings the total project funding for the River District Revitalization to $4 million of the total $7 million project. So thank you to the residents of Littleton and everyone who made that possible. Thank you. And there are a few people who would like to say a couple words related to that award. First, I'd like to introduce Brian Bresnahan from Congresswoman Custer's office to the podium.
Good afternoon. It was late yesterday afternoon when I found out about the grant, and immediately sent an email to Annie and got some words back from her. It wasn't very long after I found out that Brian Ward, probably one of Littleton's greatest cheerleaders, called and asked me to be here tonight, this afternoon. And I was very happy to do that. So I have a few words from Annie, and I'd like to, it's brief because it was very quick and we had to get a turnaround. So she writes, thank you all for being here today to once again celebrate Pollyanna Day and the Pollyanna spirit that guides so much of Littleton's growth. Today, standing in the gateway and in light of Mr. Hennessy's announcement, Littleton stands closer to building an exciting and vibrant river district. I couldn't be prouder of your accomplishments. This grant award from the United States Economic Development Agency is just one more recognition of Littleton's can-do Pollyanna attitude. I want to thank Chairman Milton Bratz and the Select Board, John Hennessy and the River District Committee, and most importantly, the people of Littleton who took this challenge on and committed themselves to a bond issue at town meeting. I say well done to all of you. I look forward to hearing about your progress as you move forward. It is always a pleasure to visit Littleton, and I will do so soon again. Sincerely, best wishes, Anne McLean Custer. Thank you.
I'd now like to introduce Chuck Henderson from Senator Shaheen's office.
Thank you, John. I just have some brief remarks. I was here the other day for the groundbreaking for that bridge project, which is so exciting. And I was amongst a few people up on stage, but we were all looking out at this amazing collection of probably the busiest people in town who all showed up for that event. This is a very unified town with a common vision looking forward, and it's very exciting. One comment about the EDA grant, which was just announced and is also, incredibly exciting. I was with the EDA administrator in Conway, and we were having a meeting about a project they are trying to do, and he brought up Littleton as the example of how people work together and get things done. And sometimes when you go for these government grants, you don't get it the first time, but you keep your ears open and you learn what can we do better next time. And Littleton is just a prime example of that. So it's always fun to be here for Pollyanna Day, and it's great fun. And congratulations to everyone in the town of Littleton who has made such amazing progress, and there's a lot further to go, but you guys are just really doing it the best way. Congratulations.
Now I'd like to introduce Matthew Bartlett from Senator Ayotte's office.
Well, good morning, and thank you, John. I know Senator Ayotte is thrilled to send her regards here on Pollyanna Day and to help herald in the EDA grant. So, dear Board of Selectmen, residents, and guests, congratulations to the town of Littleton on being awarded this vital economic development assistance program grant. I was honored to write in support of your application, and I share with you in celebrating this announcement. The town of Littleton's EDA grant promises to connect people and organizations across the North Country region of New Hampshire and help enhance this beautiful area in an environmentally conscious way. It is great that you will be partnering with the Littleton Water and Light Department as the co-applicant, as well as the Littleton Industrial Development Corporation, to enhance the implementation of this project. It is wonderful that the greater Littleton area will benefit from the revitalization of the River District, the area between Main Street and the Ammonoosuc River, by this investment in infrastructure to support, maintain, and expand current storm and sanitary lines. I commend everyone who has and will contribute to this project, helping create greater opportunity for business, a cleaner environment, potentially improve water quality, public health, and safety in the River District. As your U.S. Senator, I am happy to see Littleton so deservingly receive this grant. I look forward to the future with you. Sincerely, Kelly Ayotte, United States Senator. Congratulations.
Now I'd like to introduce Executive Counselor Joe Kenny.
Do you need any more congratulations? Okay, I'm here to provide some more. First of all, congratulations on your award from EDA. A couple of weeks ago, we cornered Paul Brigham, who's the regional director for the economic development and EDA, Department of Administration. And we said to Alan, we said, we have a groundbreaking ceremony coming up here with the River District pedestrian bridge. Can you tell us if we got that money? Because we'd like to announce it. And he wouldn't say boo. He basically kind of kept to himself. All I can say, being a Lamontagne and Councilor Kenny, is that I have a positive feeling something good is going to happen. And so we're in suspense. We're thinking, gosh, we'd really like to know that. So I just broke away from the motorcycle breakfast down in Laconia. So you can imagine how I got from there to here. But I flew. But I am so excited about all the great partnerships that happens at the local level with your Board of Selectmen, obviously the LIDC, also with the wonderful business community that you have, with state government, through the Governing Council, through the federal delegation. And I get excited. I've got 108 towns and 4 cities and 23 unincorporated areas that I represent. But I keep hearing this town called Littleton. Every time I turn around, there is something good happening in this community. And so when I hear you got to get up to Littleton, there's another announcement, and Brian Ward calls me, or Greg Eastman, or John Hennessy, or whoever, I run up here because I know good things are happening. So be glad all over is a true statement here in Littleton. So I'm happy to be here. And anytime you need my office or my assistance, I'll be here to support your programs. Congratulations on this wonderful award and the future of Littleton in the Riverwalk. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe. As you can tell, we're pretty proud about what's going on in our beautiful town. One of the great things about Littleton is the level of volunteerism that happens here. How many people bring their talents and skills and either grew up in Littleton or are here to help us to the next generation, or they've moved to Littleton like I have and today's signature award winners have, and they're so delighted with the greatness of this town and the potential of this town that they get involved at every level possible. So one of the people, incidentally, that we should recognize this morning, who's done a spectacular job in leading this River District Redevelopment Commission, Revitalization Commission, is our own John Hennessy. So I'd like for you to join me in thanking him. Okay, our award-winning Be Glad town has a spirit and can-do attitude that is admired, as you can tell, by communities across New England and enjoyed every day by our residents and visitors. For over 20 years, our beautiful town has been blessed by the optimism and a willingness to help others, as exhibited by this year's Pollyanna Signature Award winners. They are a beacon for the Pollyanna spirit of caring and gladness. This year's award winners have modeled the Pollyanna ways since their arrival in Littleton over 20 years ago. This couple's optimistic leadership and giving of themselves to support others have had a huge impact on the success and well-being of our beautiful town. Arriving in the late 90s, they took it upon themselves to volunteer to help our community in whatever way they could. Individually or as a couple, they have brought their talents and creativity to Littleton's community organizations and projects. Over 15 years ago, they were major contributors in helping us get our farmers market going. That's such a nice success and a big part of our Sunday events. They got actively involved in the revitalization of our beautiful Main Street. They brought their leadership skills and marketing and advertising expertise and experience to the boards of our Chamber of Commerce, the Friends of the Littleton Library, our town's budget committee process, and they co-chaired for many years our Christmas parade. Their advertising and marketing skills were extraordinarily valuable in leading and developing the Littleton Trout Tournament, which has been so successful for so many years. They were the force behind one of the most successful and expansive events in creating and chairing the Frostbite Follies in the early 2000s that included over 60 events in 9 area communities. Their spirit of teamwork and collaboration brought us these great events and were the impetus to putting Littleton on the map for tourism. They received a grant and collaborated with WMUR to install a live webcam on Main Street for all of us to view our great downtown area. Living in Texas for a part of the winter, as I do, I'm always delighted to get up in the morning and look at the webcam on either the GoLittleton.com website or on the Chamber of Commerce website, and marveling at how beautiful the downtown area is. I get a chance to see if there's any business going on downtown, and of course we get to watch the beautiful weather that we get sometimes in the winter. So we owe all of that to their leadership and their can-do attitude. You can view Pollyanna's outstretched arms in our recipients' everyday selfless acts of kindness. Jan has volunteered as a reader each school week for the last 10 years at Mrs. Belanger's Lakeway Elementary first grade class. She has brought the joy of reading and the delight in storytelling to the young people of our town. George has been a volunteer at the Littleton Regional Healthcare Organization since 2010 and has been a welcoming ambassador that you can see every Friday at our info booth here on Main Street. There are very few projects in Littleton that they haven't volunteered to support in their 20 years as valued members of our community. Their personal dedication to our town and its citizens have been major factors in the inspiring success of Littleton. So, we are full of gladness and appreciation for this year's Pollyanna Signature Award winners, George and Jan Kirk.
Thank you all very much. I'm not going to say anything. Dave said enough, but I do have one funny story. When Gail asked Jan to start a farmer's market, Jan didn't know what a farmer was.
Not quite.
Anyway, we have done some stuff for Littleton, but every ounce of we've given to Littleton, Littleton's given us back in pounds. And we thank you, and it's been the most enjoyable 18 years of our lives. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much.
We'll let you hold the pretty one.
Oh,
And
very
we'll
good.
let George, we'll help George unwrap that.
Am I unwrapping?
Yes.
You're welcome to unwrap.
Made it easy.
Yep, paper wrapper. There you go.
Thank you.
I will be reading the inscription of it for you as soon as Jan, and we can have a little train here. Yes, in appreciation of your optimism, personal dedication, and generosity expressed in leadership, teamwork, and volunteering and marketing, all factors which contribute to positively the future of Littleton's success. George and Jan Kirk, we thank and congratulate you.
Thank you
very much.
All right.
Thank
If they're celebrities now with the distinction of signature honoree, if you want to get their autograph on your booklet before they leave town, feel free to do so. They've been grand marshals of this and that as well. I just want to take one more minute before we do our photo shoot. I am learning from Brian Ward and want to practice a minute if you'll give me the chance. In 1916, exactly 100 years ago, Eleanor Porter made a visit to Littleton and Remick Park for Old Home Day. So that was her visit shortly after she had two bestsellers on the bestseller list. And they were both Pollyanna and Pollyanna Grows Up. So that marks 100 years to this day. Then I like to remember 1999, on the cusp of the new 21st century, Brian Ward read in November the commitment and commission of the Eames family to commission the sculpture. It was a letter at our Economic Task Force Development meeting, luncheon, and all the attendees there were glad to hear it, and even more so in the context of the chaos that kind of happens before you go into a new millennium. The world was very glad and cheerful in Littleton and expectant. Then, by the unveiling in 2002, but fast forward to 2006, technology had advanced so far that we were able to pick all our slides and still pictures of Pollyanna and put them on a DVD. We felt so advanced with technology. And at the Jacks Jr., Pollyanna Day was celebrated there. And on the big screen, our DVD played. And it took a community of several to capture that bit of our hometown history with Pollyanna. And we viewed that. And now, a decade later, today. Welcome, be glad, we're ready for our photos.